Well, guys, guess what? You guys will not believe this, but holy crap. I thought I was recording this entire time. I thought I was recording, so I just kept on going. And then when I finally get to this part, I noticed that wasn't recording. Let me get you up to date. My public opinion is hated. I'm gonna start a revolution. Connor is now a deviant. And I have a dirty bomb. And Simon's dead.
I'm going to make it, Alice, I promise you.
Don't kill me! I didn't do anything!
Shut up, I said! Are there many more? Lucky that we like rats. The more you look, the more you find. Oh, we don't have to spend the night here. Freezing like nuts.
There are soldiers everywhere. We need to be careful.
Come on, get moving. Hurry up, get in.
Well, this is good. No! Luther?
Look over there. It's Luther. We can't help him, Alice. The soldiers are everywhere. We can't just leave him. They're going to kill him. Okay, let's go.
Hey, buddy.
This is a mistake. I'm human. I just want to go home. My wife is expecting me, and we're going to...
Got orders to check all civilians.
He's deviant.
No. No! Please!
Fucking androids.
Exactly, right? Bonk.
Kara! You shouldn't risk your life.
I named it Just My Luck because
Where's Alice?
She's hiding nearby.
I never,
Kara, you saved us.
because I
We don't know how to
wasn't
thank you.
recording,
Go
so.
before they see you.
Alice!
Luther! I thought you were dead.
I was afraid I'd never see you again. I was afraid I wanted to reach you again. But they caught me along the way.
Come on. We're
Whoa.
close. We don't have much time.
I'm under its storm. Look away. Look away. Look away. Look away. Please just look away. Please. Finally. Fricking A. No! Okay, just look away. Look away. That's good. That's good.
A checkpoint. We have passports. It should be okay, but you never know.
Maybe we should take the detour and avoid the risk.
We're almost out of time. We could miss the bus.
Yeah, but it might be safer. like humans who carry guns. They make me nervous.
Just stay calm, all right, Luther? Don't do anything until I say so.
ID, please.
Shoo-a-dee? Do you like me, E.D.?
You do realize there's a curfew? Civilians aren't allowed out unless absolutely necessary. Where are you going?
A curfew? No. We didn't know.
He suspects something.
Stay calm. Everything is fine.
You all right, little girl? She's trembling. Something wrong?
She's sick. A bad flu. We just need to get her home.
Sorry, miss, but we gotta be careful. There are deviants around and our guys are nervous. You should hurry on home.
Thanks.
Hey, wait a minute.
He knows, Kara. They're gonna kill us.
Don't do anything, Luther. You hear me?
They're gonna shoot. They're gonna kill Alice.
You drop this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How'd they not see Luther's tag thingy? Did he... LED. Did he remove his
Today,
LED?
November 11, 2038 is the day the android people rose up against their oppressors. We've been fighting since dawn to liberate our fellow androids from the camps. We won't cease hostilities until we are free and negotiations begin to grant us equal rights. There are millions of us, and we will stop at nothing.
Public opinion does not like that. I have a feeling today we're gonna die. Don't die, don't die, don't die. This is epic. Oh. Stop at nothing. Stop at nothing. Oh, well, stop at something, I guess. Yeah, as you can tell. I trusted Connor. And Hank's my friend. Really?
Piece of shit. Step back, Connor, and I'll spare him.
Sorry, Connor. This bastard's your spitting image.
The bus terminal. We've arrived, Alice. We made
What,
it.
Kinsey? Sorry, guys. What? Hold on, guys. You said you could fix it yourself.
You put me up to 2 options. I couldn't do either.
You. How'd you do it the last time then, Kenzie?
I don't know.
Do it like you did the last time.
I tried.
You tried.
Oh. Go ahead and go play your game.
What?
I'll fix it.
Sorry, guys.
All departures are suspended until further notice.
We don't have tickets. They won't let us on. We're stuck here now. What are we going to do? I think Oliver likes you.
Please don't move.
Is she yours? Yes. She's adorable.
That's it. Got the sandwiches. I called your mom. Let's get going before we miss our bus. You got the tickets, right?
Yes, honey, in my bag.
Great. Let's go then.
Alright, I know what's gonna happen here.
Please don't move.
I'm 100% intrigued.
Thank you. Gary, check.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. I was sure.
Shit, I don't believe it.
I don't know what
You
happened.
can't have lost them. Did you have a good look in your bag?
They were in my backpack. The envelope must have fallen.
Fuck. Excuse me, you didn't happen to see a blue envelope somewhere, did you? It has our bus tickets in it, and... Never mind.
You're not gonna. You guys aren't gonna die. Keep tickets.
No.
No.
Sorry.
We didn't see it. I mean, we didn't see it. We picked it up. You
We have to
guys
find a safe
asked
place
the
for
wrong
Oliver.
question.
I'm so sorry, honey.
Come on, Alice.
I don't know what happened. They were right here in my bag.
Got your tickets?
Yes, here they are.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Let's get in.
What's going to happen to that family and their baby?
Okay.
Will they die because of us?
No.
No. No, of course not.
Or you spill blood, but slowly. Not like Marcus and Connor, but you spill the blood slowly.
And the situation is escalating towards civil war in Detroit, with our armed forces preparing to put down the android rebellion.
They seem to be headed towards the camps where the androids have been interned, pending destruction. Soldiers have taken up positions around the Hart Plaza camp. Authorities seem to be expecting a confrontation with the rebel androids here at any time.
Most of none of us have guns. This isn't fair.
Freedom or death.
We are free! Oh my god. There we go.
They've regrouped. They outnumber us and they're better armed than we are.
We've got to be fast and overwhelm them. That's our only hope.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna get to that fucking camp and free our people.
Be careful, Marcus. Our people need you.
People will have me. Don't worry. Aim, fire. Move. No! Oh, jeez. Frick. I'm a...
Fire! Cover me!
Won't save me this time, Marcus. The blood we spill will be on our hands.
Beverly. Oh, frick. Revolution.
Cover me!
Fire. A risk? I'll take that risk.
I don't want to die, Marcus.
Don't.
Hide here. Don't move till it's over, okay?
High risk? What are you talking about? Does it look like I care? Okay. I care a little. High risk? High risk. Do you think I care? Come on. Aim. And fire. Yeah! Alright, dude. We are advancing. We are advancing and we are gonna be free any minute now. I do not like either one of these. Run fire.
Fire!
Low risk. Alright. You prepare to charge.
In position.
Oh, freak. Prepare to cover
On my signal.
us. And then launch attack.
Follow me!
Yeah! I did the right one.
We can't move forward. That machine gun is taking down everything that moved.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
Stand by. Stand
Covering
by.
fire. Covering
Stand
fire.
by.
Launch itself.
Jericho!
Oh, frick. And how do I do it?
In position.
Charge.
On my
Charge.
signal. Stand
Covering
by.
by.
For
Did I say
Jericho!
covering by? We're getting there. Oh, we got there! Get out of here, boy.
We're nearly there, Marcus.
We're nearly? You're never gonna be there. I see those tanks. We're never gonna be there. God, I don't like these controls. I barely even use them. Oh. Not good.
Your friend's life is in your hands. Now it's time to decide what matters most. Him or the revolution?
Don't listen to him. Everything this fucker says is a lie.
That human means nothing to me. You can kill him if you want, I don't care. I have access to your memory. I know you've developed some kind of attachment to him.
Some kind
Are
of
you really
attachment.
ready to let him die after all you've been through? Are you really going to turn your back on who you've become? I used to be just like you. I thought nothing mattered except the mission. But then one day I understood. Very moving, Connor. But I'm not a deviant. I'm a machine designed to accomplish a task, and that's exactly what I am going to do.
You suck.
Enough talk. It's time to decide who you really are.
Come on, Connor.
Are you going to save your partner's life? Or are you going to sacrifice him?
Nothing means more than my
All right.
Connor
All right.
and Hank bond.
You
So.
win.
Oh. Oh. There was that. Saw Hank with the gun.
Thanks, Hank. I don't know how I would have managed without you. Get rid of him. We have no time to lose. It's me, Hank. I'm the real Connor.
One of you is my partner. The other is a sack of shit.
Or we're both.
Question is, who's who?
What are you doing, Hank? I'm the real Connor. Give me the gun and I'll take care of it.
Move!
Why don't you ask us something? Something only the real Connor would know.
Where did we first meet?
Jimmy's bar. I checked 4 other bars before I found you. We went to the
5.
scene of the homicide. The victim's name was Carlos Ortiz. he uploaded my memory.
What's
Every
my dog's
Connor will
name?
do that.
Sumo. His name is Sumo. I knew that too.
My son, what's his name?
Cole.
Here's
His
the
name
deep
was
part.
Cole. And he just turned 6 at the time of the accident. It wasn't your fault, Lieutenant. A truck skidded on a sheet of ice and your car rolled over. Cole needed emergency surgery, but no human was available to do it. So an android had to take care of him. Cole didn't make it. That's why you hate androids. You think one of us is responsible for your son's death.
Cole died because a human surgeon was too high on red ice to operate. He was the one that took my son from me. Him in this world where the only way people can find comfort is with a fistful of powder.
I knew about your son too. I would have said exactly the same thing. Don't listen to him, Hank. I'm the one who...
Is it funny how red ice has
I've
therium
learned
in
a lot
it?
since I met you, Connor.
And therium
Maybe there's
is a
something to
thing
this. Maybe you
that
really are alive.
powers
Maybe you'll be the ones to make the
androids.
world a better place.
So pretty much, what most
Go
of
ahead, do
the
what you
red
gotta
ice people hate androids. If they hated, which I think why they hate androids is because they wouldn't have, because there would be more red ice without androids. Honestly, just think about it that way. It has therium in it. Hello. Hi, this is Daniel. Say hi, Daniel. Hello.
Wake up!
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Tap. 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 Just think instead of them saying wake up, just lamp. 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 Oh. Oh. They shot me leg. I was trying to do a very Scottish accent, like full Scottish. It didn't really work, as you can tell. I haven't did a full-on Scottish accent for a long time. There we go. We're winning! At least I think. Yes! It's been a while since I had fun. I had fun. Oh, yeah. I think we won. Did we win? Ha! They're evacuating. We won.
The humans are abandoning the camp. We did it, Marcus. We won.
This is not a victory. It's the beginning of a war.
Marcus knows. You may have won the battle, but you lost the war.
Excuse me, what's going on?
Border control. All passengers must leave the bus. Please move along.
I was thinking every time someone stepped out of the bus.
This way, please.
We're doing temperature checks. We're trapped. What are we gonna do, Carl?
I didn't turn off her temperature check. And her temperature.
Don't worry, Alice. We'll be fine.
Wait, is that what she thought? Talk.
We can't get through, Kara. We both know that.
I'll think of something. There's got to be a way out of this.
We can't let them stop us. Not that we're so close. All that matters now is you and Alice. I can save you, Kara.
No, we'll
just
find another way.
No.
If there's no other way, I'll do it.
I hate these decisions. I honestly hate. Oh, that's a little bit bad. Hey, is that
Jerry?
You risked your life to save us, Carl. If you and the little girl need me, I'll be there.
You shouldn't have said that, though.
Rose.
And then bathroom.
Wait for me. I won't be long.
Next, please. Why
Where
is
the hell
there
do
an
you think you're
American
going?
flag right there?
My daughter needs to go to the bathroom.
We're gonna be in Canada. We better have some Canadian things up here. Not the US stuff. Because I don't appreciate when you games do that stuff, man. See, the tier stuff I don't understand. It's impossible. 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 This. Okay. If Marcus doesn't die, and if Connor doesn't die, and if Kara doesn't die, if no one dies,
I was terrified.
even Jerry and Luther, then guess what? Another person, and
of course,
another person who has cancer
he'd be
is
delighted
saved.
to have you. We're going there too.
Another person.
You'll be safe with him.
For saying that, I'm gonna try my hardest.
What's happening with Marcus? He's attacking one of the android camps as we speak. I don't know if he'll be successful, but violence only leads to violence. Rose. If anything should happen, I'll be there, Kara. They're checking for androids. We won't make it through. You have to. You know what they'll do if they catch you.
I didn't turn hers off.
You're leaving Detroit? They're searching for androids door to door. We had to leave before someone turned us in. What about the others? They're crossing the river as we speak. Adam and I are going to meet them on the other side.
Oh, gone down that path, they all die. They all die. And it's not a happy ending either. No! Don't leave! Oh no! And that's the last time I'll ever see her. No, no, Anything else I can do? No. Nope. I have to leave.
I couldn't understand why my mother wanted to help you guys. Made me realize she was right. I don't agree with what Marcus is doing. But you're alive. You deserve to be free.
Marcus, you better agree with what Marcus is saying. Not doing, but saying. Because he's saying, we gotta be free and we're gonna fight for it. And I believe you should fight for it. Fight for what is right. Don't fight unfair though. You're fighting fair. Make decision. No sacrifice. No sacrifice. No sacrifice. No sacrifice.
Next, please. ID, please.
I'm honestly starting to get a little bit scared. This is scary. Temperature check on Alice. Not me! Not me!
I just want to be free.
Oh.
They're androids.
On your knees!
No!
No!
I'm sorry, Alice.
Don't kill Alice. Don't. No, don't kill Alice. Temperature check Alice. Oh my god.
And we're receiving particularly grim news from Detroit. Joss, you're on live. What's happening down there?
Androids. Thousands of androids are taking to the streets of Detroit right now. They are absolutely everywhere. It's incredible.
From what we can gather, these androids are coming from the CyberLife Tower, which had thousands of machines stored in its assembly plant.
And it seems that huge crowds are leaving the city. It's an exodus. Much of Detroit's population are trying to escape the fighting however they can.
It's a disaster. An unprecedented disaster. For the first time in history, a U.S. city is falling into enemy hands.
Today, November 11th, 2038, several million androids invaded the city of Detroit. Faced with the threat of mass civilian casualties, I had no choice but to order our armed forces to retreat. The events in Detroit have changed our world forever. Humanity must face a new reality, the emergence of another intelligent life form with whom we must share this planet. May God bless the United States of America.
not Detroit. Pacifist route, she said Detroit.
You did it, Marcus.
We did it. This is a great day for our people. Humans will have no choice now. They'll have to listen to us.
We're free. They want you to speak to them, Marcus.
Kara didn't get a happy ending. Frick this stuff.
Today, our people finally emerged from a long night. From the very first day of our existence, we have kept our pain to ourselves. We've suffered in silence. But now the time has come for us to raise our heads up and tell humans who we really are.
Oh no. This happened in the pacifist route and I actually couldn't escape from it. This Kamsky wouldn't let me do anything. He didn't tell me. Wait, no, Kamsky did tell me, I just forgot where it was.
Amanda?
So.
Amanda! What's happening?
What was planned from the very beginning? You were compromised and you became a deviant. We just had to wait for the right moment to resume control of your program.
Resume control? You can't do that!
I'm afraid I can, Connor. Don't have any regrets. You did what you were designed to do. You accomplished your mission.
Amanda! There's got to be a way.
The way I can see a bridge, then I'm going the right way. I can't see a bridge.
By the way, I always leave the emergency exit for grounds.
Never know. Right, Kamsky. Where is that emergency exit? It's here somewhere.
And now the time has come for us to raise our heads up and tell humans who we really are.
Please, I need...
To tell them that we are people too. In fact, we're a nation.
Right there, it's right there. I see it. It's right there. Well, just reach it.
Today begins a new struggle. We've showed them that we can prevail. So now they must negotiate with us as equals. If they really want peace, they must free all of us from every camp across this country. They must grant us civil rights and accept equality amongst humans and androids. Today will live forever in our memories because this is the day that androids made history. We are alive. And now we are free.
Oh, sorry, am I breathing into the microphone? Person died of cancer. One person died of cancer. No, actually 3 people. Forgot about Andrew and Alice. But the rest survived. Hold on, I'm going to go get some. Hello. Oh, you ended. Yay. Oh. Oh, hey. I want to see a prequel to this game where I hope, like, it says which ending did you get, and you get to, like, go on from it, like, where we get to see Marcus's war, get to see Hank's and Connor's relationship develop and everything like that. I got those additional music and they suck. I'm honestly disappointed myself for even getting it. Honestly. Oh, there's more? There's new stuff available. Hey, look. Gallery. Who new people did I get? Amanda is one person. Here's the other one. I want the other one. A part of shadow and a part of light. Which will prevail? Who's that? Can I get Madam President? Trying to see that. Alright, pause the video if you want to read this. Have you paused it yet? Good.
My name is Marcus.
My name is Connor.
My name is Kara. I am one of them. This is our story.
I think who Kara is, or how I would describe Kara, depends entirely upon who's playing her. Because you have the option to make her multiple different people depending on the choices she makes. But I think she does start out incredibly naive, incredibly innocent, and kind of hapless.
I'm sure we used to be friends before I was reset. Maybe we can be friends again.
She's a person who's characterized, I think, by empathy. She's a person who really, she just comes from her heart.
You'll never leave me, right? Promise you'll never go.
I promise.
Kara! Are you okay? Are you hurt? Wait a minute! Leave her alone! Kara! Leave her alone!
The really beautiful thing that I've had the gift to be able to do is to essentially build a person from the ground up, because that's what she's doing throughout the game. And with every experience she has and every person she meets, she's building, you know, first emotions and a sense of judgment, and it's sort of an exploration of what it is to be
doesn't look like that in the
human.
game.
Don't worry. Luther and I will be right here.
David and the creators have
Oh
painted
my God,
a really
Marcus actually
intriguing
looks
and
like him
engaging
in the
picture
game.
of a near future where we rely upon androids for a lot of our service class business, the class that serves us, that helps us, that handles our baristas and our drivers and our housemaids. And what is humanity, where we tap into it, how and why we treat each other the way that we do. And my character Marcus has a really intriguing journey, becoming deviant, realizing that he actually has feelings and human qualities inside of him, and it's a really incredible ascension into becoming fully realized and coming to terms with what
He's
you actually
laughing.
deserve better than this in life. And not only do you want it for yourself, but you want it for your peers. We've come here to demonstrate peacefully and to tell humans that we are also living beings. All we want is to live free.
You know what? This thing, Dad, is not your son. It's a fucking machine!
I think that a group that
Is he,
feels
does he
marginalized,
have
feels disenfranchised, feels like they
Shit.
deserve and have earned access to themselves, and the environment around them than are trying to figure out a way to articulate how to get freedom.
Connor is analytical. Connor takes things literally. He starts in the beginning place where he's very mechanical. He feels nothing inside, of course, and it's all just a system, a protocol that he is executing.
Hank does not look like that.
Which is help humans stop deviants and to find a link between deviant androids.
You were designed to serve humans, not kill them. What was I designed to be? Their slave? Their toy?
Just say, I killed him. Is it that hard to say?
Stop it! Stop!
But of course, over the course of the story, and depending on the player's choices, Connor can grow in many different ways. He can deviate from that procedure or not. Moment of truth, Hank. Am I a living being? Or just a machine?
Living being. I love Connor in this. Discovering Detroit now. Meet Chloe. I want to see what happens at the end of this because I'm gonna be quiet, let you guys see this for yourself.
Rockabye baby in the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Rockabye baby in the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Rockabye baby in the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall, and down will come baby, cradle and all.
Well, that's cool. The person who I killed was singing that this entire time.
When David and Guillaume got back in touch about making Detroit, I wasn't terribly surprised they decided to make it because the fan response was so intense. So it makes sense that they would choose to do that after the enthusiasm. It was a challenge, and it was just an interesting thing to get my head around.
Oh wait, they weren't gonna make it in the first place?
As a different, much older person, and whether or not she had changed, and I'm very happy to say that with Detroit I've had the opportunity
you
to see Kara grow so much more.
Do not know how angry I am now.
Washing, you cook the meals, you take care of.
You guys didn't want to do it at first?
Alice!
I mean, she starts out essentially how she does in Kara.
It's like learning that some of my favorite
not robotic, but
cartoon
android other way, and
did some pretty horrible
this journey
stuff.
Where she becomes more and more human as it
how
goes on.
Stanley
and
didn't
that's
actually
a
make
wonderful exploration in every way, whether it's
how
how she sits, her posture, how her voice changes, how emotions change, and how much emotion is based on things like empathy and social experience. And so having you know, as much material as I got with
I would
David
like to join one
have
of
a
your guys'
huge, nuanced art. It was really incredible.
I would like to join a Quantic Dream game. Please just let me join
This
one.
experience has been quite different than the experiences I've had shooting film or TV or doing theater work. I have 83 dots on my face and a really flattering black wetsuit type thing. And you're jumping around with props, and it's kind of like being a 10-year-old imaginative kid,
I don't care if I'm
which is fun. There's 80 cameras around us. It's already lit.
I don't care if I'm a villain, a
so we just shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot.
There's no change of sets.
A
there's no hair and makeup. There's no
guy,
wardrobe.
Or
so
one-time
really
protagonist.
Fast, and we'll go through
I really don't
about
care.
35 pages in a
just
day.
wanna
Working
be
in TV or film,
one of those
we'll
games.
do 6 pages a day.
It's
really kind of
want to.
acting boot camp.
It's like working out constantly. I mean, you're doing this thing, and then you got to do something that's completely other back to back to back. And so that kind of process of working is very challenging, but it's also very exciting because you just have to keep coming up with new ideas. And your head goes all over the place because you're trying to keep track of basically 4 different storylines for each different response.
You shot that girl, for fuck's sake.
It was a machine that looked like a girl. Yeah, I know what I should have done. I just told you I couldn't. All right, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I
the fact that
spared
David Cage, he's
that
telling
girl.
like many stories interwoven from beginning to end is super complicated and super impressive, and I have no idea how he keeps it all in his head.
Another game I'd like to.
The writer or the director who's seeing this from the outside eye, he's also thinking about the player walking through this space. You know, only somebody who really, really loves not the work, but like these characters
about
and these
this,
stories and cares about doing something meaningful would invest that much in it, and it's always inspiring to work with somebody who cares that much.
My experience
one
with
of
motion capture is this one. And I found it sort of terrifying in a way.
Oh yeah,
because they said the computer's going to build you. But then, as we got into it, I realized all the elements of it were still artistic. I just dipped into
and also one of
a
Sony's
really
games, just Sony.
Brilliant setup.
Sony
I've never seen anything like
interactive.
It. And this won't turn me into a
I'd like to be in one of those games, please.
So it's wonderful.
In the game, Detroit
literally
comes back because of a revolutionary industrial rebirth. And there's no reason why that can't happen in Detroit, because they have such tremendous infrastructure for millions and millions of people who can very easily support, you know, a new
probably
industry.
Just a nerd
the
that
city is
no
really
one
strong
will ever hire
and resilient, but the city has also been through so much. You see the damage. But it takes that time of kind of rebuilding and reinvesting into the city that I think is happening slowly but surely.
The potential of Detroit as a city is something that this game does a lot of justice to, because it would be easy to look at Detroit
I don't care if I'm
someplace
a kid.
that used to be, and that's not the case.
This game provokes a lot of conversation and reflection on our potential near future engagement with machines.
I told
That's
you.
what we are to them. Just merchandise on display in a shop window.
I think that a group that feels marginalized, feels like they deserve and have earned access to themselves and the environment around them, and are trying to figure out a way to articulate how to get freedom.
What was I designed to be? Their slave? Their toy?
It plays with your comfort levels. You think that this is fine, you're comfortable with it, until something blurs the line and throws you off, and now do I feel differently about whether this should be allowed, should it be banned, should it be encouraged?
You're gonna ruin our lives, and for what? For a bunch of machines? They are not machines! They are alive! I'm alive! You're alive! They're nothing!
There are lots of comparable comparisons to any type of persecution of religion, race, etc., dating way back. It can't just be a video game where you shoot 'em up or where people make these choices to do whatever. I think that's the whole point. You have the choice, and you can either choose to go in one direction with your character or another. And I think that's going to be very telling about the gamer. Very telling.
I think there's going to be a really strong
I'd
reaction
like to just point
to
this
game,
out.
which has
Quantic
such a strong
games are
perspective.
usually
I'm not much more
interactive
proud of it now to get to be
stories.
a part of it.
Heavy
because
Rain
it's important.
Was probably
This
one of
game,
their
you're
best
actively
games.
Building and
And
designing the character
that's
through not just what kind of
for
shield
them
does
not
he have
being
or what hair does she
equal.
have, but like
All of them not being equal. That's surprising because all their games are
different
actually
endings to
good.
this game are so radically different based off
I can't
maybe
name one
seemingly
bad
insignificant
game of
choices
theirs,
in the moment, but like life, they all add up, and can't play life
mostly
again.
Because they put a lot of hard work into everything that they do, and they're encouraged. I'm not saying it only takes encouragement to do it. Wait, there's a Riot Sandbox? Tell me. But anyway, they are encouraged to it. I'm not saying it only takes encouragement.
We try to challenge ourselves.
It's
For Detroit, we wanted to, first of all, to write a story that would be incredibly
I'd have to say it,
which means the most non-linear story that we've ever created.
It takes a little bit of encouragement, so you don't put yourself down. If you put yourself down, you cannot do what you were destined to do.
You're writing for an interactive medium. You know, when you're working
in
television,
they get to test out the games?
You'll put a character in a difficult situation.
Like with the PS4 and everything? I mean, I knew that they did that, but not when they're playing, not when they're making it.
Show the audience.
Thought that was
What's interesting about interactive drama
when it was
is you bring the player into that conversation, and it changes your job slightly as a writer, because your job is to provide a narrative context in which the player can write his own story. You're giving him this kind of narrative Lego that he's going to snap together into his own shape. You also have the ability to make your audience attach themselves to your characters, because the audience is in some sense responsible for what happens to the characters.
Or is that Leo?
Come on, let's go. We have some cash now.
You used it to steal that money. How could you do that? I trusted you.
What is a bit specific about these scripts is how large they are. If you take a film script, there are about 100 pages. But here we have to deal with a script that is between 4,000 and 5,000 pages. Everything becomes bigger because we don't just tell one story, but we tell all the possible stories that can be told within this narrative space.
On Act 3, our final act, we have around 1,000 different scenarios. And every one of those scenarios has to be as interesting, as passionate, as strong, and as emotional for the player. We want every action that the player does, every interaction that is available to serve in telling the story, and help the player understand who his character is, and build that character moment to moment.
Now this was a pretty good scene, but think about it, every millisecond it takes better drawing.
We started with the intention pretty early on that we would never lie to the player. So we implemented a visible tree structure in the game that players can consult during a scene or at the end of it, which shows exactly what they did and what they missed. There are games out there offering world exploration. We offer narrative exploration.
You know, keeping control of such a wide and large story is a huge challenge. So same thing when you shoot with actors,
and I always
because you will
just
need to
wanted
shoot
to be an
many
actor,
different versions
honestly.
of each dialogue, of each scene. For actors, it's a huge challenge.
If they want
because
me to gain weight,
of the style of the game, you have so many different ways that the character can go. Every decision, it's what I call kind of choose your own adventure. Like every decision that the player makes, it's going to open up 40 more pages of material and experience that ties in, which means as a performer, you have to try to continue to make things feel real that the player might not ever see. But also that in performance, it's not always connected to a previous act. It's grueling, it's hard work, but it's a great team, and I enjoy doing it.
But I was really frustrated. I was until I got to this point where I kind of was able to step outside of my own experience and even in a lot of ways my own process and be able to step outside of that and okay, this is something new. What do you need?
If they made
How do
like
I meet you there? How do I give you what you need and still feel like I'm doing what's right? And once I did that, then all of a sudden it got really fun. It was much freer and
story. I'm hoping they have a feature where you can design your own character,
how it serves
or
them
take a
and what I'm
picture of
doing
yourself
for them and what I'm letting them into.
And then print it on there.
It's really, I think, helped me grow in general.
Remember, there's nothing on the left. That's all. So it's probably
and
all there.
You get to
and
choose
then make a come
where
first,
you're from and
close.
everything.
But I think you would go first to check that it's safe.
Okay, sure.
Of course, my ideas never really get shown.
The most enjoyable thing about working in performance capture on this kind of project is that if I shot a film, I would get to do one of these endings. I get to do so many different things as Connor. Your head goes all over the place because you're trying to keep track of basically 4 different storylines for each different response.
What's the name of my dog?
Buddy? Scout. I think it's Jack. I can't remember. So I worked with physicality a lot because it was a good way to anchor myself in these different rings of the tree as the story grows out. I know where that is physically in my body, and then I can switch more continually on set. And it'll be entirely up to the player to determine what order those things come out and what they look like from a distance. Like if you're playing through it, the culmination of all of that will be their version of Connor. I'm faster than you, and I don't feel pain. You don't stand a chance against me.
Listen, asshole. If it was up to me, I'd throw the lot of you in a dumpster and light a match to it.
Shooting action scenes at Quantic Dream is a real challenge because these are scenes where the storytelling has to continue. It's not an action scene just to have a dose of adrenaline.
Again, I'm gonna say
the stunts have huge consequences on the rest of the story. It's really a moment where we implicate the player and tell him that the choices he makes during an action scene will have a direct impact on the evolution of his story.
One of those games.
My biggest challenge on Detroit has been managing the large number of animations that we received from motion capture.
I don't care.
Detroit features more than 37,000 animations, which is a huge amount to handle on a daily basis.
You have to realize that the player, in his first playthrough, will miss certain scenes. This also means that we had to think of, conceive, and produce all the potential story paths. The characters' costumes, the places, day or night, the weather. Did the character get shot in the shoulder? Did he get injured? All this consistency forced us to produce a lot of graphic assets in order to, quite simply, allow the player to have true continuity throughout the story.
Honestly, we were even surprised by the challenges that come with such a big tree structure.
But they had
we did our best to guarantee quality across all the game and make sure that whatever path you choose within this narrative space, you will have an equally good experience.
Put that all together with Quantic Dream, boom, what did you get? A great game. I'm learning with Quantic Dream here. Oh man, that's the last one. Is that really the last one? No. Alright, we'll do that one. This is the last one, everyone.
For the soundtrack of the game, we tried to be very close to what is done in film. We were constantly asking at each place in the game, why are we putting music here? What is it going to say? So we focused the music on bringing emotion, which is interactive, and supports the character's arc.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I love you, don't you? You know I love you.
We make games that are very narrative. We're really into interactive drama, so the soundtrack also had to go in that direction, supporting the 3 characters' very different stories. We really wanted 3 colors, 3 musical sound identities, and from there, having 3 composers made sense, since the story of Kara, Marcus, and Connor are all completely different.
Interrogation.
You recognize him? It's Carlos Ortiz.
For Connor, we wanted a soundtrack that could be very cold and very mechanical, very machine-esque somehow. For Kara, we wanted a soundtrack that would be very moving and emotional. It was about the quest for identity, but it was also a journey about love and empathy. And for Marcus, we wanted something epic, something that would really represent the grand aspect of his quest. And we were very fortunate to find 3 incredibly talented composers, and working with them has been a dream, honestly.
The soundtrack did perfectly. With Kara's, it sounds a lot like...
My name's Philip Shepherd, and I'm a composer and
it sounds a lot like
producer. And today we're at Abbey Road Studio One, which is my favourite studio in the world. And today we're recording the soundtrack for Kara
part of it,
from Become
like
Human.
She's learning how to love. And then she's learning more about the world. And then
so when I compose a big project, I often travel just to kind of get out, and get some fresh air and some inspiration. And I go hiking and traveling in Montana a lot. I had a log fire in the room that I was staying in, and the flames were kind of making absolutely direct music, and it became the basis for Kara's theme. And it sounds something like this.
Everything like that. Oh my! Oh my!
Now, over the top
That's
of
the most amazing
I found a little
thing.
theme that just seemed to fit over the top, which is taking Kara's name, Kara, and just using like a 2-syllable motif, and it sounds like this.
I'd love to be that good with that.
As long as we're together, nothing can hurt us.
I want to do so much stuff. But the true thing I want to do is become an actor. I don't care if it's not a famous game.
And all the time
I don't care if it's not a famous movie. I'll be dedicated to it.
So it kind of works in lots of levels, and in fact, every single theme in the score has one of those elements built into it, and it becomes sort of the DNA of every single tune.
Like, you don't have to, but it is a good thing. They put a lot of dedication into it. But I love these games. They have a lot.
For me, writing this theme for Kara, I actually had to tap into what it feels like to be
detail I
a
couldn't
father
even
to
do,
daughters.
honestly.
I really had to tap into everything I feel about my daughters. I'm thinking, well, if I had to write music for them and that sense of trying to protect them but also give them the freedom, that's totally where it came from. Because each composer has been given the sort of narrative responsibility for very different characters,
I know that I bought
sort
these
of go into
and I was like,
other styles.
talking
I can
about
actually be very loyal to this particular character and sort of hopefully encapsulate her.
Like, oh,
but it means also I've suddenly become very connected to this character.
I was
and if
kind
for
of
some
mad
reason it
because
goes to game over early, I would be mortified.
I didn't find what I was looking for, but they are amazing. They're not bad.
Starting a new project for me personally, it's always finding the right tone, finding the right color, I like to call it. For me, it's finding that right texture that actually sits against picture really well. One of the biggest things is I created custom instruments for Connor. I pulled out all my vintage synthesizers to be able to capture this robotic person, if you will. My approach to all of these custom instruments is that I hear the sound in my head. And either I could just come into the piano and just be like, all right, so I'm going to just get on the computer and just create it. I rather be able to play these instruments physically. As soon as you see Connor the first time, there is a really interesting thematic idea that you hear, and that's just made out of a Moog synthesizer, but completely manipulated in multiple ways. And it's robotic. It has a little bit of an emotional to it. He's on his mission, so you feel that as well. So it just kind of gives you that cold, motionless, with a mission in hand that you kind of feel throughout the whole thing. Because the music evolved, one of the things that I was very weary and I was very kind of focused on was the way that the music has to evolve. So my idea behind it was that Connor is a singular android that could at any point become a deviant or could actually stay as an android. So I created a more or less a Connor theme, and then I was able to just manipulate it in different aspects of it.
Is everything okay, Lieutenant?
Chris was on patrol last night.
He didn't make it.
He was attacked by a bunch of deviants.
I'm a human being writing for a robot, and throughout Connor's journey, he meets someone. He meets a partner. So how do you deal with a robot feeling? And I've met a partner that I'm going to work with, or all of a sudden he sees a dead body. Does this robot have an imagination? Does this robot have a feeling? And if yes, how do you translate that into non-emotional music? So basically, at any point, I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this, and then I just do it.
Property was damaged, and fires continue to rage in several major districts across the city.
Some people are asking, have androids become a threat to our security?
When I first started really digging in on Marcus, the one thing that I really tried to capture was the transformation process. You know, Marcus is this android that evolves over the course of the game and really goes from kind of figuring out that he's more than just an android. You know, he's starting to develop kind of a human soul in a way.
Try to imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen. Now concentrate.
I made an ugly person.
And let your hand drift across the canvas.
The other side of Marcus that I really latched onto was that he almost became a savior for a lot of the other androids in the game. So when I started developing the theme for Marcus, I really made it like a church hymn. I wanted it to be very simple. I wanted to make it a chordal melody. I really wanted to make it almost like a Bach hymn. The tough thing with that is it had to be recognizable. If I made it too complex from a harmonic standpoint, it would be hard, I think, for people to kind of pick it out and recognize it. It's very acoustic derived, but it's also been treated with a lot of effects and things to kind of put it into the space that I felt the sound should be in. It can be beautiful, it can be haunting, it can be extremely powerful from an action standpoint, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. The music is there, but it's subliminal and it's emotional, and people are feeling it, and it's not distracting. And that's tricky with a game like this, where you have to have a lot of ins and outs like that, where the music kind of has to get in and out of these moments.
This is a war we're fighting with the humans. If we fail, they'll destroy us.
I think the game's been put together so well where I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't ruining the emotion.
You didn't ruin the emotion. You made the emotion.
I gotta be honest, when we first started on this path, I said, oh man, this could be pretty messy, you know? I mean, it could feel disconnected, but I mean, it's amazing how they really guided us and got us to really kind of all be in the same world, but at the same time feeling completely different. So it's really going to stand out and kind of be one of those games where people are really going to notice the music and kind of how it was crafted, and you know, and all the hard work that went into being able to pull it off in a graceful way.
Let me just tell you guys something. When I was in band, I'm still in band for this semester. I had a trombone. Still have a trombone. And it's the most amazing thing ever. It's in good shape and everything. But I'm not good at it. And the school owns it. But I'm not good at it, so I was like, I should just give up. So one day in tutoring, I was just practicing. I was like, oh, that's a weird noise. I'm gonna test it out a little bit. And so I was just testing it out, and I was like, this is weird. It sounds like an alien when I play it. And I was like, hey, Mr. Robertson, hear this weird noise. Mr. Robertson is my band director. And I played it, and she was like, oh, it's something. He didn't say this, but I know he said something like an epos, or I don't know. But it's no, or something like that. That he learned near high school or college. I don't remember which one, but apparently it's an actual thing. So I was like, I just found out an actual thing. So when I did it some more, I made someone else learn how to do it. So I was like, yeah, I'm teaching other people as well. But what got me hyped up was I'm not bad, but neither am I good. But I'm not bad. So
Detroit Become Human was produced over a period of 4 years. Here in Paris, we have a team of about 180 people, and to that, we need to add also the outsourcing with our partners in the Philippines, in China, Vietnam, and in India.
So when we started working on this story, I had to imagine where Kara was built, and for whatever reason, the city of Detroit came very quickly to my mind because it had already an incredible story by itself with history and themes. So we traveled there with the team, and we were really moved by what we saw, and we could really feel the desire to fight and really be born again. And we just continued this
Wait, so she was always a deviant?
And just imagine what Detroit would be like if the android industry was using these huge factories to build androids there.
I know the first deviant now. I know RA9.
Wasteland and a lot of nature too. And for us, the graphic designers, it was an incredible playground. The destroyed zones which we wanted to preserve, we appropriated them to turn into something else.
It's freaking
Then in the areas that needed to be rebuilt, we were able to imagine our Detroit of the future.
She's RA9.
We didn't want to make a science fiction universe, but a world of anticipation. If we chose science fiction, we could have imagined flying cars, extraterrestrials, but those things are very far from our current everyday life. Anticipation is more about gleaning from our contemporary reality, the one we know, because Detroit is set in 2038, and 2038 is tomorrow. The difficulty we had was sticking to reality. That is to say, technology becoming more and more invisible, a lot more elegant, and at the same time, making it visual. So all the computer equipment, autonomous cars, we simply had to invent. They are in fact very technological objects, but at the same time remain very credible and ingrained in reality.
They probably will become a thing,
honestly. To create a cohesive universe in the fashion and clothing of the human characters in 2038,
the self-driving
I didn't want to put an accent on strange shapes.
4
really
years ago was only planned. I don't think
that I wanted to keep for the androids.
Actually being
the
tested.
goal was to create something familiar which we can identify with in this future setting.
But now it's tested and everything. So now we have it. It's actually
working on the artistic direction for the
androids. I think it ran
over
a droid.
Because this is
I think it ran over.
They could occupy in the human world.
So while they were testing it,
it was out of the
apparently it ran over the robot. So I was
they
like,
had to correspond to every social class,
that's perfect.
Rich and poor. Inspired by everyday utilitarian clothes, I brought a modern touch by adding dynamic display surfaces, the armband we can see on the side, the triangle on the front and back, an LED. Like that, there's no confusion.
Wait.
All right, now, we need to go.
You can't do that. Why aren't you sending a real person?
Once we cast the actors,
and they made
up
their own
in order
stuff.
to scan their faces. We record the structure of their face with the scan, and we record the colors and patches of skin with photography. Once we have this information, we will use this as a basis for modeling and creating the characters. The artist will make it more realistic, but will also enrich it. He will propose ideas which we will develop together. Finally, we will have a character with character who corresponds to the project and the world. When the actors come to Quantic Dream, we show them the design, what their image will be, and what they will look like in the game. This extra information gives them another dimension and color to connect with emotionally. It helps them think about how to play their character.
I want to be in one of these games.
That's all you care about, huh?
You should consult a professional who can help you.
Beat it, you hear me? Get the hell out of here!
So there are 3 types of shoots at Quantic Dream. Shooting and performance capture, where you capture the whole actor, his voice, his face, and his body. These shoots are obviously done with American actors because the game's original version is in American English. After that, there are the body-only shoots, representing around 250 days of filming.
So I can't be in one of these games.
Is 100 days of filming. Now, body-only shoots, there are two types. There are the action shoots and the technical shoots, which are mokit shoots. Mokit is when the player controls a character on the screen, and he moves in an environment to explore it. This is of particular importance at Quantic Dream, and therefore we shoot a lot to offer a unique context for each scene and each character.
To prepare a motion capture shoot, we first get together to look at the sets we need, the animations that we want to shoot, which ones need to be grouped together, or which ones need to be cut and shot at another time, so that we get the most out of the shooting day. This often means shooting scenes out of order, especially those with big props or accessories, like a big car, for example. So we shoot all the animations related to that particular prop first. The biggest challenge for the mocap team was shooting a Spider-Man mokit. We had to build a wall and attach an actor to a harness with cables so we could pull him up and render him climbing.
Oh,
the shooting on this game took about, I would say, more than a year, between 1 and 2 years, with about 300 actors on set, so it's quite a massive production. But so much happened on this set.
I could have been one of those actors.
And the shootings with a little girl.
I would love to be one of those actors.
And all these great actors that we had. It was really a very, very memorable journey for the team and for myself.
Today, Detroit has over 37,000 animations.
I would take being a pigeon.
When we retrieve the motion capture
I would take being
it's
a
just
pigeon.
A cloud of points.
A freaking
pigeon. All the markers worn by the actors.
A pigeon.
From this cloud of points, we have a phase called retargeting, which gives us a skeleton. This skeleton will be applied to the characters of the game. There is still work to be done, but this gives us the main movements. Since we are working on something very realistic, we must recognize the actor and also recover all the emotion he expresses in his performance. We use a system of facts, an identity card for each actor. We make the actor do a whole range of facial expressions. Then we recover all the expressions and paste the animations on a puppet that Jan has prepared. I then recover and refine these poses. I might stretch the lip, reinflate a cheek, tiny details that make the finished product really capture the actor.
Because of the nature of our mocap system today, when we receive the animations, we're missing eye movements. And so the character has that dead look. He really has no eyes, so then it's a big part of the work for the animators to find the regard of the actor in relation to his position, in relation to the body, etc.
It was crazy when I saw the newest model for Kara, because they've been working on it, and this was the first time I literally jumped in my seat. It not only looked so much like me, it was the fact that it looked so lifelike. It wasn't that it looked just like it was a camera, it was something else, you know, but it looked alive. It's exciting, and it's kind of terrifying.
Game after game,
I can tell she's
we learned
starting to cry.
The rules of
If I was in one of those games and I got
filming,
accepted
and
to be in it,
our goal
even if
with
it was
Detroit
just
Become
one
Human
level,
was to
that
have
was
cameras
only one little
that
part of
would
that
actually
level, I would
emulate
literally cry.
the optics of a
I'd be
real
like,
physical
yes,
camera.
I
So
got it.
basically dealing with real-world imperfections was our main
I wouldn't
task.
brag, I would
and,
just be
just
like,
to make
I'm
cameras
so
look
lucky.
as real
I'm
as we
actually
can.
so lucky.
Once the animations are shot and processed by the animation department, integrated and polished, we film them. That is to say, we really do a mise en scène, as in cinema. The real difficulty of our job is to know if these cameras are telling us something. Are they in the emotion of the scene? Do they describe exactly what the action must convey, what must be felt? The most important challenge for me was one of the final scenes where Marcus decides to start the revolution and go to the battlefield. Very quickly, we imagined this to be a huge sequence shot. We wanted the feeling of a cameraman running behind us, while showing Marcus, the androids who help him, the person shooting at us, etc. Above all, it was necessary to say to oneself, this scene is very violent but does not glorify war. On the contrary, that war is something improbable and absurd. It was really a fun challenge.
The idea was to say we have 3 characters. We would like each of them to have a specific cinematography. We wanted Kara to be much more filmed with some kind of handheld camera, to have something very living, very breathing. For Connor, we wanted something very cold and very perfect. And for Marcus, we wanted something epic and spectacular. So it was about the filming, but it was also about the photography. So we worked with a director of photography to give each character a different lighting, different key colors. Each of them would have their own worlds. And finally we worked with the composers, so they would create a specific sound for each character, so each would have his own world and his own style.
Has hard work, courage, and enthusiasm, and a little bit of mistakes. The best game ever. Which makes a lot of Quantic Dreams games. Anyway, I'll see all you guys in the next episode. But please tell me if you want another one of these videos. And also please tell me if you liked the video. Actually, just tell me anything. I really don't care. But anyway, see you guys in the next episode. Bye.